the Joker, nor the Joking Phoenix. I am a phenomenon. I'm a subaltern urge emerging from the lower stratas of the society, from the darkest and devilistic stratas of the society. I am Nietzsche's Superman. Another name of mine is Ubermensch, atheist and unsympathetic. I'm here to give a clarion call, just like Marx had given a time ago, that the dictatorship of the proletariat will be there. Now here I read out the declaration, the Joker Revolution. Indeed, I'm an oddball. Like seriously, do you really think I can hold any significance? I'm nothing but a discarded material, analogous to a discarded artifact in an archaeological site. Similar to an odd one out among myriads of intellectuals. A strange fellow, dumb and mad. My poetry is the poetry of a stubborn loser. I repeat, my poetry is the poetry of a stubborn loser. I destroy myself before anyone else does that. I remain two-faced. I remain two-faced for most of the time as it confuses the observer. There is no fidelity within me. There is no fidelity within me, no ethics, no moral principles. I'm the byproduct of this apathetic new media age. I'm an outlaw among the so-called civilized masses. By the way, what's wrong in being a two-faced? Everybody has two contrast aspects. I'm not an exception to that. I'm indeed a paradox who don't have the fucking empathy for morons. So stop being silent and enjoying my ferocious joke. Anxiety, depression, inferiority complex are just the inventions of the educated elite masses in order to quench their scholastic thirst. What actually matters is ignorance. You know what's the greatest agony of life? It's when this tyrannical society ignores you, never pays attention towards you, treats you like an ejaculated semen which has the ability for procreation, but it goes in vain because of the masturbating masses involved in obscenity. People are captives of corporealism. People are slaves of materialistic hedonism. For them, emotions are just drama. But for a clown like me, they are the essence of life. Besides the tug of war fought between rationalism and romanticism, the dichotomy between them has nothing to do with the person whose whole life is a comedy. I'm not a boring, pedantic person who always frustrates others by cracking bad jokes. Unimaginative people always experience tragic life, whereas for me, life is a comedy. Laughter, laughter, laughter. A terrifying laughter at the social evils from an anti-social comic. Sympathy and empathy, both these philanthropic words are absent within my lexicon. A life circumscribed within a delusional paranoia. I'm that satanic child who has experienced a disturbed childhood. That's the root cause of my mental illness. A life circumscribed within a delusional paranoia. The greatest as well as the rebellious thing burning within me as a fire is the crazy feeling of being self-destructive in contradiction to the prevalent narcissism. I'm like a black point on a white paper, insignificant but still visible. I'm antagonistic towards this sycophantic world. How do people give so much importance to themselves? I know that this write-up is poor in grammar, vocabulary, lacks proper communicative skills. The reason being education is a lavish dream for me. I cannot afford such expensive thing. I know that there is no cohesiveness in this. But this anarchy, this chaos is the only thing which describes me. This is also divine comedy, like that of the poet laureate Dante, although written in a lucid language, not used any elite language. I don't like going to school. School is always a nightmare for me. School is like a mechanical factory manufacturing robots to compete in the moronic race for supremacy. Subsequently, the books malign with toxic syllabus brainwash our mind, and we use the most fantastic faculty of our mind to wage a psychological warfare. Is this not insanity? And you people call me a psychopath? We are living in a distracted society which is ruled by a minority of aristocrats. Who call themselves the representatives of the commoners. But they were the marauders of the destitutes, of the proletariats. That's why in order to kill a devil, another devil is required. Angels are nice, but surely they lack diplomacy. Heroes are not always the protagonist of the story. Sometimes it is the villain who plays a crucial role. So raise in the name of comedy which reforms the society. Raise against the oppression. Raise against the apathy towards individuals. Unite for a rebellion against this paradoxical society, against this celebrity-driven culture. Be an odd one out. Be an odd one out. Eradicate all sorts of odds from the society. Be that joker in the deck of cards. A revolution is indeed waiting to happen in the near future. That is nothing but the joker revolution. Thank you.